Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are watching from. This is Objective Media, and it's about time we get started tonight. What it told you meta, right? It's a remi tojo meta. So tonight we are not going to be doing it core English language because I got calls from people. Dubai connection. I want the Yankee everywhere, wherever you called me from. Everybody saying, we enjoy your show, but we would like you to make it pidgin better than English language. Well, I also understood the need for us to make it, local language so that it doesn't always look too formal. I agree with you. Now, I don't want to look formal myself. But without wasting time, the first item on the queue tonight is Mr. Omoyele Sowore, and the Independent National Electoral Commission has said finally that, well, following that little scafofu or brouhaha, that Mr. Omoyele Sowore is actually the recognized National Chairman of the African Action Congress, AAC. This is following little crisis that was almost rocking the party a few days ago when a hurried press conference was organized by the ex-secretary of the party, Mr. Leonard Ezenwa, alongside another Mr. Mazi Okui, if I get that correctly. I beg your pardon if I didn't get it well. So they were trying to suspend the national chairman, but the Independent National Electoral Commission today released this memo to say, well, the person they recognize still is Mr. Omoyele Sowore, for the reason that whatever happened at that press conference by that faction was illegal and not recognized by practice or by acts, electoral acts recognized by the Independent National Electoral Commission, and so it was null and void. Whatever they did was just rehearsal, and they didn't get the rehearsal well. So Mr. Omoyele Sowore remains the substantive chairman of the African Action Congress according to INEC. But that's not all. Let's get going. You see, it's not the first time that we'll be hearing people that have political ambition saying, I'm under pressure to contest, I'm under pressure to do this or that. So the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, former governor of Lagos State, aka Jagaban, has also said he is now under pressure to contest for presidency in 2023. He wants to contest for presidency. It's not bad, he has constitutional right to contest, but what is funny is people claiming that they are under pressure. Who is pressuring you? If you want to contest, let's know where you are going. Asiwaju. Alright, so saying that you're under pressure, who if you initiate the ambition by yourself, who will beat you? So why claim you're under pressure? I don't know why. Is that a new political gimmick or tactic? Leave all of those things, Anyways, that's as far as Tinubu is concerned. The next item I want to talk about, two more items. Number one, and this time I'll go on a short break before I come back. Very short break, just short interlude with regards to the ongoing fasting. So the Vice President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, visited Imo State to go and do what? To go and commission uncompleted projects, like President Muhammadu Buhari also commissioned projects that are not complete in Lagos State. I'll come up with pictures of that after this short break, and then we'll move on to the last one, which is Seun Kuti. Seun Kuti has teased that he might be relocating to Ondo State, following the revelation that the Ondo State Governor, Mr. Akeredolu, visited Thailand and that they are planning to cultivate, to go mass on the cultivation of marijuana in Ondo State. Alright, we'll come to that very shortly now. Ayanana, where you did?
Anytime Muslim and Christian they are fasting, this country is usually peaceful. Agbe will not be talking English, they'll be talking to you with respect. In fact, today, Muslim are fasting. I scratched someone's car. The guy was not even telling me that it's not your fault now, that he didn't know that it was just a mistake. Can you imagine? When Christian was fasting then, that's the only time I can borrow money for my guy Larry. You understand? Because they know they cannot lie that they don't have. If they just lie like that, their fast is in vain. So I will advise the federal government that they should make fasting compulsory in this country, either from May to August, just 3 months. If you don't fast, you are dead, you go to jail. If they see you catch you eating chin-chin, 2 days in cell. If they catch you eating bread is strong, 5 days in cell. If they see you eating rice, my brother, na 10 days you go use. If they see you eating eba, especially if you are eating it with better or bono, my brother, na 15 days. If they see you taking in your pounded yam, 30 days, 1 month. But if they see you taking pizza, shawarma, life imprisonment, my brother, they can't see you. If they chop asun, if they chop goat meat, suya, my brother, that's by hanging.
Funny. The catch you say on to say waiting self, I don't understand. Funny, anyway, so let me go to Mr. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. You know, he visited Imo State to go and commission projects, but rather than people talking about the project that he went to commission, Nigerians are rather showing the worst scenarios that the project actually has to showcase. You know, so Nigerians on social media started showing that the projects they said they went to commission actually is so terrible, and that they started showing that these are what the projects, you know, part of the project looked like. But you know, as usual now, they're going to put ribbon somewhere, cut something, and say that this is what they are doing, and all of that. But the actual major parts of the projects that people will be using will not be good. We understand that everybody is trying to commission these things by themselves because there are fewer days to leave office. Well, some of them refuse to finish this project or do well because they expected people to re-elect them. They expected they will win, or that the person they want to succeed them will win the election. But the moment it turns out that the person is not winning the election, or that they are not winning, they decided to be commissioned the project that is halfway, and that is the problem. So in Lagos State, for instance, Ambody started some projects that he wanted to use to entice people to vote for him for second time. Unfortunately, his party didn't give him a second time ticket, and what they did was to go ahead and commission the half complete or half started projects after all, and then they started bringing President Muhammadu Buhari for assertion of validation of their half-done projects. Similarly, in Imo State, these are what you are saying. You know, the governor of Imo State decided to bring Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to come and commission projects that he thought he will start, so that people will vote for him and say, so that we can complete it, or the person that will succeed him will complete it. But unfortunately, they could not get second term, and as a result, or get their, you know, heir apparent to succeed them. So whichever way it is, they will ask the presidency or the vice president to come, and the president or the vice president to come and commission it half done. This is the reason you can see what you're seeing now. Alright, and if you ask me the reason they're actually doing this, is very simple. The reason they are doing this is because they don't want the next person to come, that will come in, to come and claim credit that it is his project. But are this one's project in the first? Let's even ask ourselves, are this one's projects? How can you call this one project for me? Is this a project that you have refused to finish, or you have even refused? It is deliberate. The way they do their policies are deliberately, they will not complete it, so that they can say, if you vote for me for second term, or vote for the person that wants to come in, they will complete this project. It's not as if they could not start it and complete it, but because they wanted to use it for election, they will not complete the project, and that is where the problem is. Now in Imo State, they decided the same thing, because they have less than 2 weeks to, yes, less than 2 weeks, is it up to a week self? I think about a week to quit and hand over. So they are commissioning projects that are half started. Now the person that will come in may not want to complete that project, and you are going to be suffering people, because you already commissioned it as your project. So the person will just be like, well, you already commissioned it, it's your project, let me do other things. Who is at the receiving end? The people. And that is where I'm not happy about, and that is why it made news on my show today. Why would you start a project you know you cannot complete, or a project that you know that you could complete and you have capacity to complete, but because you don't want to complete it for political reason, you want to suffer people, and now you are commissioning projects that is half started, start to half started. You are commissioning it. What is the meaning of commissioning in the first place? I think we are abusing so many things in this country. But rather than commit that kind of projects, I would have advised Mr. Okorocha, there are projects that you have completed in Imo State that you can actually, that you can commission. And I'll show you an example. Look at this. So if this is what Oshimbajo came to commission, Agbegilere, we go know say you commission something. You can't go commission roads, we be say nothing did here. What be the meaning of that one, for goodness sake? It don't make sense now. Anyways, I'll be right back yet again for the final part of the item I have tonight. Okay? Just a little more.
Anytime Muslim and Christian they are fasting, this country is usually peaceful. I will not be talking English, they'll be talking to you with respect. In fact, today, Muslim are fasting. I scratched on one car. The guy was not even telling me that it's not your fault now, that he didn't know that it was just a mistake. Can you imagine? When Christian was fasting then, that's the only time I can borrow money for my guy Larry. You understand? Because they know they cannot lie that they don't have. If they just lie like that, their fast is in vain. So I would advise the federal government that they should make fasting compulsory in this country, either from May to August, just 3 months. If you don't fast, you are dead, you go to jail. If they see you catch you eating chin-chin, 2 days instead. If they catch you eating bread is strong, 5 days instead. If they see you eating rice, my brother, na 10 days you go use. If they see you eating eba, especially if you are eating it with better or bono, my brother, na 15 days. If they see you taking in your pounded yam, 30 days, 1 month. But if they see you taking pizza, shawarma, life imprisonment, my brother, they can't see you. If they chop asun, if they chop goat meat, suya, my brother, that's by angry. Because the more they fast, the more this country gets better. God.
Welcome back. So let's get to the last item of the news tonight, and it's about Mr. Seun Kuti. So a lot of us already remember that past few days, news filtered that Ondo State Governor Mr. Oharakun, if you like, Akeredolu, said that Ondo State will now begin to, cultivate marijuana, and that they would, Mr. Ogbeni Arakun Akeredolu took NDLA with himself, and they went to Thailand to go and learn how to cultivate. Although Mr. Moelisho said he's the originator of the idea, and that they would not have done it better because they are imitators of the idea and not the originators. As a result, visiting Thailand was even, an invalidation or a proof that they don't know or they have no idea how to use the idea he came up with. All right. Somebody is saying it's not Arakuni again, it is Ogbeni. Which one now? It is Aregbeshola is Ogbeni. The man in Ondo State, Akeredolu, is Arakuni now. Abi, am I correct or am I wrong? One man went to move. Which one are you doing now? Anyways, let's continue. So Seun Kuti says he would rather want to relocate to Ondo State if Ondo State legalizes marijuana. Okay, that he wants to go to, he would rather relocate to Ondo State. It's a teaser by my understanding, but let's see what he has to say. Let me make this vote completely. So Seun Kuti quoted Arakuni, who says, "We all know that Ondo State is the hotbed of cannabis cultivation in Nigeria. We know how to grow it, and it thrives well in the Sunshine State. With an estimated value of $145 billion in 2025, we would be shortchanging ourselves if we failed to tap into the legal marijuana market." Then Seun Kuti quoted that and wrote the following comments. And I think I should zoom it at this point so that all of us can see. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, good, this way. So Seun Kuti went ahead to say, okay, Seun Kuti goes, Mr. Excellency, sir, If you want me to move to your state, just say so. This beating about the bush is unnecessary. Afrobeat is about to switch home base. Yeah, all. Just imagine one good joint for my backache, then better Ondo pounded yam to heal my stomach pain. Enough said. Get the sacks. Get my load. That was Seun Kuti responding to Ogbeni Akeredolu, saying you rather want to go to Ondo State and start living there. Although the commissioner for special duty in the state, Prince Oladoyin Odebowale, who is popularly known as High Prince, replied to Seun Kuti and said, Seun, you are welcome. Come to Ondo State. So Seun Kuti might be relocating to Ondo State very soon. Well, there should be another shrine in Ondo, by the way. If Lagos doesn't know how to appreciate the shrine in Lagos, maybe if shrine, needs to begin to open branches, Ondo is the next call. Ondo State is the next call for shrine. Afrobeats, celebration, and all of that. Anyways, it go make brain, no, make I not lie you, but let's face it. Sowore Omoyele says they would not be able to do it properly because they are not the originators of the idea. And then, but that is not my issue. My concern is that Sowore already said that if you can cultivate marijuana very well in Ondo State, he said it long during the election, long ago, before this new move by Arakunrin or Gbini or whatever, or Gbeni, the governor of Ondo State, decided to make move. Sowore said that it's a multi-billion-dollar economy, and that if properly cultivated, the state governor or state government will no longer have to be running or joining others in the right race to go and collect allocation in Abuja every time, and that it might even surpass the oil economy if properly managed. All right, so that's the state situation right now. So the Ondo State government wants to go into marijuana. Seun Kuti has interest. Sowore is saying, hey, if you latch on this properly, you may not need oil economy. You may not need to be going to Abuja to collect handout again. In fact, you will surpass the oil economy, and that marijuana is in fact the oil of the future, because oil may no longer sell in the next economy. Reason is simple, because as a matter of fact, by the time electric or cars that use electricity are everywhere, who will still be buying fuel anymore? There will be no need for anybody to buy fuel again now. Am I correct? So therefore, everybody will begin to buy marijuana the way they consume cigarettes, and you probably not even need to depend on oil in your economy anymore. So what do you guys think? Let's do some comments and then we'll close for tonight. I'm sorry I came late. As usual, I'm a late, usually it's come habitually it's come happy. I understand, I had a lot of things to do. Dotun Ajaguno, I keep telling my governor though that without a stable electricity, we will just be pouring water into a basket. That should be the top focus. Electricity, Abi. Where would they raise revenue for electricity? Which is why some of them are looking at what they can do from inside. All right, we'll do a little more comments before we close tonight, after just this short break again.
Anytime Muslim and Christian they are fasting, this country is usually peaceful. Agbe will not be talking English, they'll be talking to you with respect. In fact, today, Muslim are fasting. I scratched on one car. The guy was not even telling me that it's not your fault now, and I didn't know that it was just a mistake. Can you imagine? When Christian was fasting then, that's the only time I can borrow money for my guy Larry. Because they know they cannot lie that they don't have. If they just lie like that, their fast is in vain. So I would advise the federal government that they should make fasting compulsory in this country, either from May to August, just 3 months. If you don't fast, you are dead, you go to jail. If they see you catch you eating chin 2 days instead. If they catch you eating bread is strong, 5 days instead. If they see you eating rice, my brother, na 10 days you go use. If they see you eating eba, especially if you are eating it with better ogbono, my brother, na 15 days. If they see you taking in your pounded yam, 30 days, 1 month. But if they see you taking pizza, shawarma, life imprisonment, my brother, they can't see you. If they chop asun, if they chop goat meat, suya, my brother, that's by angry. Because the more they fast, the more this country gets better. God.
So, yeah, people, let's do a little, some few comments, and then we'll wrap it up here tonight. No time. So Jimmy is saying solar energy. Yes, by the time solar energy becomes the in thing, for instance, where will oil be? Who will be buying oil? And if people are not buying oil, if the international customers we have are no longer buying oil, what will Nigeria be depending on as a matter of revenue? Because as we speak right now, Nigeria is a critically monolithic economy that depends only on oil. Wetin go come happen if they can't come out oil? People know they can't buy the oil again. Wetin you feel say go happen? Razak Ademola says the cultivation of marijuana in the West is for. Sorry, I missed that. Gibson, in honest, is referring to one man. Says, in honesty, you are without modesty because you are supposedly ought to be someone with one. I don't want to be doing that one. Dotun Ajaguno say you don't need a local market for it. For what? You mean for fuel or for marijuana? If it is for fuel, you don't need a local market for fuel, or you don't need a local market. Yes, if it is for marijuana, you don't need a local market for marijuana. There are several countries in the world that actually need it for different reasons. Some are in need of it to be curing terminal diseases, illnesses, and all of that. Some people need it in the medical. In fact, I read something today by somebody who gave an array of things that marijuana actually is useful for, including in, I think he mentioned textiles, some designs, in fact in road construction, pest control, fertilization, recovery of some lost fertile land. If your land used to be fertile and you lost that fertility, land for not barrenness now of human being, land fertility, that you could actually, there's a way to use marijuana to help in the restoration of that fertilization. One man says Igbo is not for smoking, by the way, it's for other things. Yes, but other people have derived pleasure from smoking it, just the way people smoke cigarettes. If everybody in Nigeria who smokes cigarettes replaces their cigarettes with Igbo the moment it becomes legal, what do you think will happen? It will be a lot of opportunity, or a lot of income for Nigeria, and it doesn't even kill. It's medicinal instead. Dr. Ajagun was saying, a country like the USA with opioid addiction epidemic is being legalized state after state because it has a lot of medicinal uses. So why is Nigeria lagging behind? Fuck. Let me remove the fuck. Just say Google. The technology is not yet there. People make stuff up. You are going into the realm of fantasy. So those are legalizing it and in fantasy. We'll see how far they go. Josh says Sowore don't open their brain now. Fella don't talk all these things state itself. I don't know why you are still like this. Fella, it's 20 years already since Fella left, and we're still at the stage. Anyways, the Igbo idea is part of the Herdman Boko Haram strategy. They want us spaced out so they can invade us. spaced out so they can invade us. Herdsmen Boko Haram strategy. Was there herdsmen and Boko Haram since the time fella was talking about Igbo and its potency and then its revenue value for Nigeria? Question. Samuel Moses says Sowore for president. Is election around the corner now? Anyways, that's it tonight, people. Maybe this will be the last comment I'll read so far tonight because time is going. I don't want this video or this broadcast to be too long. Gibson Urukoton. Actually, the syrup is used to prevent epilepsy or any muscle damaging diseases or serious ego or aging issue or something. That's not complete. You guys should take it easy with one another, man. Alright, people, so that's it for tonight. I gotta go now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I've been busy all day, man, you know, trying to organize one thing or the other, this and that. I didn't come online yesterday, I didn't come online 2 nights ago or so. So things are happening, you know, works are underway, you know. And 2023 Tinubu is also coming out, so you understand the idea, you know. So ladies and gentlemen, get prepared. The game is gonna be tough. At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, I leave you with Ladry Safari. Now go a day.
I dey vex. I dey vex. Some they call me pagan. Then they say I be Satan. Cause I believe I be winner. Stop calling me a sinner. If you truly believe in the church, as I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, me I don't want to know. If you believe in the pastors, as I don't want to know. If you believe in the imam, me I don't want to know. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Oh lo. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Oh. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Listen now, Oyibo come deceive us.
Idea about your environment must represent the music and the arts. So the artists